Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Stephen Tu, LA Metro Senior Director of Service Development and the Metro Team Lead for the Next Gen Bus Speed Engineering Working Group in partnership with the City of Los Angeles Department of Transportation, or who we call LADOT. I'm happy to announce that we have reached yet another milestone in our efforts to improve bus speed and reliability along major corridors in LA through the implementation of the agency's Next Gen Bus Plan. Through this plan, as well as LADOT's efforts to improve safety and mobility for people walking and biking, we're proud today to bring Angelino's brand new bus and bike lanes along Venice Boulevard. The launch of dedicated bus lanes between Inglewood Boulevard and Culver Boulevard will benefit nearly 20,000 bus riders every single day. Of these riders that we surveyed, 9 in 10 are people of color and 8 in 10 do not own or have access to a car. So we know that these riders, they rely on our bus service, our good transit service, to get to places like school, work, and medical appointments. LADOT has also added protected and buffered bike lanes along Venice Boulevard from Inglewood Boulevard to National Boulevard, improved left turn operations at both Sepulveda Boulevard and Sawtelle Boulevard, and new left turn signals at Venice Boulevard and Hughes Avenue right behind us. Overall, this project focuses on prioritizing buses to improve travel times and reliability, increasing access to the E-Line Expo, improving traffic safety, equity, and enhancing connectivity to schools and jobs. Through a collaborative effort between Metro, the City of LA, and LADOT, Angelinos will spend less time on travel and can spend more time with their families and have reliable and frequent transportation options to get around town. This is exciting. So let's hear it. A round of applause for all the community members, Metro, and LADOT staff who helped turn this vision into reality. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Los Angeles City Council member and Metro Board member, Katy Yaroslavsky.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you all for being here to mark this really amazing milestone with us today. This is a really big deal for the 5th District, but the City of Los Angeles and the region more broadly. I'm going to be honest, since I took office in December, this is one of the things I've been most looking forward to. So thank you for being here today. This project is the result of years of hard work of a bunch of different people: LADOT staff, Metro staff, the Palms Neighborhood Council, Move LA, other community-based organizations, Streets for All, and then riders and users of this system who have advocated hard for it and made it easier for me to say yes. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you who had a hand in bringing us up to this moment. This is what we can do when we start to treat street safety and traffic violence with the urgency that it requires in Los Angeles. This stretch of Venice Boulevard in particular has been really dangerous for a really long time. In the past 10 years alone, there have been 1,203 collisions, and 25% of those involve people walking or riding a bike. 58 people were killed or severely injured. Think about that for a minute. Nearly 60 people have been killed or left in serious medical condition on this stretch of Venice alone. These new protected bike lanes and the bus-only lane are going to save lives. Just thinking about what we could do if we brought this kind of infrastructure to communities across Los Angeles makes me happy. If we truly were committed to creating a connected, protected bike network and made bus travel times faster, it would fundamentally transform the way we live and move around Los Angeles. It makes real sense. LA could and should be one of the great bike cities of the world. It's flat, it's mostly sunny. We're basically on a grid down here in the flats. What we haven't had for a really long time is the political will or the funding to make it happen. But this is how we're going to start to change that. It starts by building the infrastructure mile by mile to create an environment where people feel safe riding their bikes. People enjoy taking the bus because it's faster and more efficient, clean and safe. And we show people that it can and does work. It's not always going to be perfect, and we have to make adjustments as we go. But we deserve to live in livable communities where we don't waste our lives sitting in traffic or fear for our children's safety or our own safety every time we cross the street. We deserve to be able to walk or ride our bike to the store and leave our car at home. We deserve shade while we're waiting for the bus on a hot day. We deserve clean air and safe housing, and every Angelino deserves all of these things, regardless of where we live or what our income is. And while it sometimes feels out of reach, days like today are an important reminder of what we can and must do when we keep our focus and do the hard work. So thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Council Member and Director Yaroslavsky. Now let's welcome longtime transportation trailblazer and my boss, Metro CEO, Stephanie Wiggins.
Wow, good morning, everybody. I just want to add and echo my excitement and celebration of this huge milestone today. It reminds me of what people define innovation as. And listening to the Councilwoman, innovation is where need and opportunity connect. And there was definitely a need. You heard the Councilwoman talk about the safety, real safety issues and challenges. And the opportunity, working with incredible partners like LADOT, Janos, I see Dan Mitchell there, and my team, Stephen too, who is phenomenal. Let's give it up for Stephen too. Really focused on what our customers need. We're trying to center the customers in everything that we do at Metro. And with cooperation and collaboration with partners like LADOT, Stephen too and his team focused on our customer, and Anthony Crump and Julia Brown who focus on community. Those things together make this an incredibly innovative project. It's going to change lives, and I appreciate Director Yaroslavsky, who's my newest board member on the Metro board, really being a champion for this, because we've got more to do together, and the need is great. So it's very exciting to have the political will and champion to make sure this project extends to all parts of the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Now let's welcome another great partner in this effort, LADOT Interim General Manager Katy Yaroslavsky.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. It is so exciting to finally be here, to be able to really go through that banner and celebrate what is a momentous project. As Councilmember Yaroslavsky very eloquently said, this is a corridor that for a very long time has been a serious safety concern for us. To be able to add this kind of protected infrastructure that makes not only cyclists safer, but pedestrians safer. It's going to create upgrades for emergency response vehicles. It is literally going to make everyone who is traveling through this corridor feel more safe. It's going to provide more reliable choice. It's going to connect us. To me, that is the heart of what we're trying to do at LADOT and with incredible partners like Metro throughout this entire city and region. This bus line is going to serve thousands, all the way from downtown, connecting through Mid-City, all the way into the communities of here, Mar Vista and Palms. It is going to allow people to move to where they need to go, school, healthcare, jobs, key destinations of the city. When we think about life-saving and life-changing, absolutely, it means the lives protected and the injuries prevented, but it also means the lives we change when we give people choices for how they can get to and from where they need to be. So for me, it is incredibly humbling to be here with these leaders to celebrate this. There are so many amazing people to thank. Obviously, I'm just going to thank again Stephanie Wiggins and the entire Metro team for being incredible partners. Let's give Metro another round of applause because LADOT would not be able to implement these kinds of changes without Metro's partnership and leadership. And the LADOT team, I see so many incredible leaders here that I just want to try and shout out real quick Dan Mitchell, Chief Engineer, Head of Project Delivery. I've got Crystal Killiam. I've got Pamela Lee, who leads our Vision Zero team. I see folks from our Active Transportation team, Babak, Nick, the entire teams. We could not have done this without them. We could not have done this without our field crews as well, who help us install and do our bollards and our paint that actually create these changes. So thank you very much. Help me in giving our LADOT staff a round of applause and thanking them. And here to doing this throughout Los Angeles to create more choice and change more lives. Thank you.
Thank you, General Manager Connie Llanos. Now let's bring up to the podium Katrina Kaiser, Vice Chair of the Palms Neighborhood Council's Transportation and Infrastructure Committee.
Hi, everyone. I'm honored to be a part of this milestone celebration representing the Palms Neighborhood Council. In addition to being a residential representative and vice chair of the Transportation Committee, I'm also a board member for the local mobility advocacy group Streets for All. And I'm very proud of the work that the Palms NC did to daylight the unique needs of our neighborhood, which has many bikers, many bus riders and pedestrians, but also has specific business needs. We've been involved with LADOT and Metro on this corridor since passing a letter of support in 2020, and we voted to formally support business and community outreach on this infrastructure project in June of last year. Other board members also created a comprehensive vision through our ad hoc Venice Blvd committee, and I would love to recognize their work and invite you to check out the future vision for this corridor. This fruitful relationship with the city has honestly been the envy of the other neighborhood councils, and we're definitely looking forward to future improvements to this corridor, and this is a big first step. Many of you supported multimodal streets for much longer than me. You know that the West Side has historically been a politically difficult place to put bus and bike lanes in the ground, but things are changing. The advocacy community, including my own organization, Streets for All, deserves a lot of credit for connecting neighbors to the public comment process and connecting neighbors to the neighborhood council. I was so excited as the community survey results came in from Palms, and a majority of residents were in favor of the project. I'm very, very proud of my neighbors who spoke up repeatedly to ensure we could get this done. And I'm very proud of the relationships that we've been able to build with, all the rank and file planners and engineers that I see here today. This is a day of much celebration, but also a reminder of our duty to continue building a city that serves everyone. Thanks to the Council Office, Metro, and LADOT for your commitment to that mission.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair Katrina Kaiser. And last but not least, we are going to bring up Michael Schneider, founder of Streets for All, one of our great community partners in commitments to safe and reliable, better mobility options, more equitable and sustainable. So Michael Schneider.
Hi, everyone. I am the founder and CEO of Streets for All, a local advocacy organization that believes that our streets should be safe for all modes of transportation. In 2019, we launched our Venice Blvd for All campaign, which asked the City of Los Angeles to implement protected bike lanes and dedicated 24/7 bus lanes per the city's own mobility plan on Venice Blvd from the ocean to downtown. I'm so excited to be here today to celebrate the opening of that vision with you today. While we still have some miles to go to get all the way to the ocean and east to downtown, the 4 miles opening today are a game changer for Los Angeles, including the first dedicated 24/7 bus lanes outside of downtown LA, LA's first protected east-west bike lane corridor. You should not be stuck in traffic if you're using a bus, and you shouldn't have to risk your life to ride a bike, and this project is a huge step forward to address both of those realities in LA. I want to thank Connie Llanos and the entire LADOT team for their leadership on this project. I want to thank Councilwoman Yaroslavsky, who, upon taking office, immediately got excited by this project and threw her support behind it. I want to thank Stephanie Wiggins and the Metro team for enthusiastically jumping on board. And I want to thank Assemblymember Laura Friedman for authoring AB 43, which allowed the City of Los Angeles to lower the speed limit by 5 miles per hour on Venice Blvd, making the configuration you see today possible. Lastly, I want to give a shout out to the nearly 50 volunteers at Streets for All who played pivotal roles in getting Venice Blvd for All off the ground in 2019, especially to my fellow steering committee member Katrina Kaiser, who played a key role in their position on the Palms Neighborhood Council. This project is not the end, but the beginning of a new multimodal revolution in Los Angeles. The winds are changing. And at Streets for All, we're excited to play a part and can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael Schneider. Again, thank you to all the LADOT and Metro staff that made this project a success, but also thank you to our community partners such as Streets for All who have supported this project and projects like this all across Los Angeles. Now, you saw the banner break earlier with our bus. That was to commemorate the 4 miles of bus-only lanes that we have opened here on Venice Boulevard. And now you see over behind you to the right-hand side the ribbon to commemorate the bike lane, the parking protected bike lane that along this corridor we have 4 miles. So all told, 4 miles of bus lanes, 4 miles of bike lanes. We have 8 miles of improvements here, sustainable improvements here along Venice Boulevard. So now I turn to my colleagues behind me. Let us now officially cut the ribbon to commemorate this project.
3, 2, 1, cut!